It's been 4 weeks since I last posted on YouTube. This is actually my second time filming this video, which is why it's going to be spoken a whole lot more. It's going to have a better flow to it because I've literally spoke the whole thing about 20 minutes ago. I went to edit it and it just was all overexposed, which was annoying because it didn't seem it on the video. But this is just going to be a one long update sit down video that I would love for you guys to listen to, but I completely understand if you can't be bothered to listen to it. I'm going to get into the fact that I changed supplement sponsor. I'm going to get into the fact that I went to Australia for 5 days and then flew home for personal reasons. I'm going to get into other things that might come across deep, but I'm hoping it's just to kind of help you guys and make, be a little bit vulnerable, to be honest. Updates, I got a TV, finally. After months of putting it off, I finally got a nice TV, like a really big 65-inch. Bro, look at this. This thing is massive, right? No fingerprints on it, please. Look how thin it is. That is ridiculous. Why do TVs need to be that thin? I don't get it. Probably made it like £2 more expensive. I've put the sofa there for now because the idea is have the TV here and be looking out at the amazing view at night time, seeing all the lights, but I don't know just yet. I might change that back around. Let's first talk about sponsors. So I'm really excited to announce that I'm now partnered with My Protein again. My Protein has been the brand that I always trusted, always loved. I got their products ever since I really started going to the gym when I was around 16. Protein powders, pre-workouts, creatine, everything like that. Their protein bars, exceptional products, exceptional quality, and exceptionally cheap. You can use code James to get a massive discount, and there is a huge new product releasing soon. It is called Origin. I did a shoot for them about 3 or 4 weeks ago, which is going to go live really soon. It's really, really cool. A really cool farmhouse gym. It was bloody freezing in there though the whole time. Like you could see my breath. It was funny. There is loads of history behind it. It is aimed more at the gritty, original lifters. It is their new line of really good pre-workout called Origin, as I said. It comes in this flavor, Blue Raspberry Fizz. There is also Sour Apples and there is Orange Mango Soda. It is launching this weekend on Sunday. Keep an eye out on my Instagram story. Go over and follow my Instagram because I'll be posting an exclusive link for people to get it early. And of course, you can use code James to save some precious money on it. To get into it, I was previously with Ghost for 3 months. So I'll give you a whole load of backstory. When I was in university, I got sponsored by My Protein. This was February 2022 and I did a year contract. February 2023 came round and this is now 4 months after I've been partnered with Gymshark for my clothes. Now, I was in my uni house with 6 people overall, me, 4 uni friends, and Sam. If you don't know, even more backstory is that I dropped out of uni after my first year, but I was still living in my second year house with all my friends for the year because I couldn't get out of that contract and I wanted to do it anyway for a bit of fun. So it was really cool. Like I was living at uni, having all the fun that uni students do, living like a uni student, but doing social media rather than going to lectures. This is a uni house. If you've ever been to uni, you know it's not quite the nicest looking thing. It's a bit messy. The kitchens are not really the nicest. When it comes to promoting, so obviously I completely stand by My Protein's products. Absolutely love them, use them for ages. Now obviously in this influencing thing, you have to promote the products. If you're sponsored by a brand, you promote their products. Now with protein powders and supplements and things like that, it's a little bit more difficult to promote the products because you have to film yourself, drinking in the gym or making a shake or something like that. The kitchen I had access to wasn't the nicest looking kitchen. I found it really difficult to find nice spaces to make nice looking videos and everything like that. And the gyms in Loughborough University, you're not technically allowed to film in. You can do a little bit of phone stuff, but there's no camera work, you're not allowed to. What happened was it started to get increasingly difficult for me to promote supplements, gym supplements at all. Not My Protein, just gym supplements at all. So I decided once my year-long contract ended, you know what? I'm just gonna wing it a little bit and doing all my other content and be supplement brand less because it did get a little bit stressful trying to make nice videos for My Protein, a supplement brand in general. So I didn't have any partnership with another supplement brand. I didn't leave My Protein to go with another brand or anything. I was literally without a supplement brand sponsor for about 9 months, from February till November. Right. Fast forward a little bit now in June, or well, the end of May, I'm packing up my things out of this house, I'm moving out, and I'm going to LA for a month. I went to LA with all the boys, you can look on my YouTube video, and it was really, really fun. And in LA, I was exposed to Ghost energy drinks, and I really liked these energy drinks. They're not in the UK. Pretty much had one every day. I was buying it from the Pavilion. The Pavilion is one of the supermarkets in Newport Beach, which is where I was staying for like 2 weeks. Really loved all those products. So I came home, and it just so happened that they'd seen me post a couple of these pictures of energy drinks on my social medias, and they reached out. They sent me a bunch of products in about August time, and I was trying them for like 2 months, 3 months, and I really did love the products. Their packaging looked amazing, everything they stand for is great, and the products were really good quality, they tasted amazing, and they did their job. Alright, well, I'm moving into my own apartment now, which I'm going to have a nice looking mirror, a nice looking kitchen in, a nice looking bedroom, nice looking bathroom. I'm going to be able to go to a nice looking gym, which is one in Stockport down the road. And I thought, yeah, you know what, let's do a few months with this supplement as my supplement sponsor. And I really did love everything about it. The products are amazing, their packaging is awesome, their adverts are awesome, the other athletes in the US are really, really cool. But Ghost is an LA-based brand, or US-based. I think it started in LA, which is why I was introduced to it while I was in LA. And there were a few products that I really did love in LA that sadly in the UK, because our government's weird, we're not able to get in the UK. Which meant that unfortunately I wasn't able to provide discounts on those products for you guys in the UK. Sadly, there's no energy drinks in the UK and some cool flavors and everything like that. And there are a few products that my protein produces that are brilliant, that I did miss and that I know my followers would miss. So Ghost don't do a clear whey option for their protein powder. I love my protein's clear whey. It's like a juice, you know, it's not the milky stuff, it's like a juice and it's amazing. So long story short, what happened was my 3-month trial with Ghost that I'd negotiated in was coming to an end. There's absolutely no bad blood, no one got kicked, no one got whatever. But I just started to feel like I wasn't providing you guys with the best discounts. And on a personal level, because Ghost is a US based brand that is coming into the UK, whereas my protein is a UK based brand, and I absolutely love in-person events, like in real life moments, obviously, Ghost aren't able to fly me out to the US every other week to be able to come into the office and do some shoots in person and everything like that. And for instance, I wasn't able to go to any events that Ghost were holding in the US because that's just logically, that's not in their budget to fly me out to the US every time. And I was just missing a few elements of these in real life moments. So naturally, I started thinking, obviously, my protein has always been the one I started with and maintained for like 3 years. And as really proved by how Gymshark events make me so truly happy and fulfilled and loved by you guys. And I love the community, the lifting community. I love meeting all you guys. Obviously, I did my own Gymshark lifting tour where I did 4 events, one in London, one in Birmingham, one in Manchester. Okay, 3 events then, before I went out to Australia, which I'll get onto in a second. I absolutely loved those moments. And obviously my protein was doing these events. So when my Ghost contract came to an end, I got invited to one of these events just to come down and say hi to people. I obviously knew a lot of staff at my protein and I know a lot of my protein athletes. And I just was able to really have a feel for these events. They're called the Origin events that my protein do. They're really, really nice. I was able to feel the community. I was able to meet some people, some of you guys, and I was able to just really enjoy aspects of this whole career that I've chosen that I was just lacking a little bit. Weeks went by and the CEO of my protein reached out to me. We had some meetings and I asked them to really take me through every little intricacy about the company. Like I wanted to know where the factories are, how the products are made, everything like that. And he instantly set me up on a tour of one of their factories in the UK, which I went to like a few days after. And it was really, really interesting to see all the little minor details that go into making these products and just getting a load of information and feeling a part of the company. So I was able to learn how and why my protein can make their products so much cheaper than their competitors and still remaining the same, if not better quality. It's because everything is done in-house. They have all these factories dotted all over the world where they make their own protein bars in Wales, their protein powders here near Manchester. You know, I was able to go in and look at all the processes of making these whey proteins and the pre-workouts and everything, and how they put the bags through x-rays to make sure there's obviously no foreign bodies in there, looking at all the raw materials that are going into this and being able to see that, yeah, all these raw materials that are going into it are all good for you. They're all doing individual jobs to make the protein itself the best and just make the product overall the best. And after seeing this, I was able to have more and more meetings where I was able to learn about where the brand is going, which is a very important thing. And it was just really, really insightful. I heard about loads of exciting new plans coming up, like this whole Origin line coming up to bring back the gritty bodybuilding, lifting kind of scene into my protein, and some other really exciting things that I obviously can't share at this current moment in time. So long story short, all of it just feels incredibly right. I feel good to be back home. And yeah, as I said, you can use code James to get a massive discount. Previously it was James B, and I'm just so happy that I was able to get code James itself, because obviously my Gymshark code is James as well if you want to get a discount there. And there's also a really, really cool new product. It's called Dry Scoop. And I know a lot of people like to dry scoop their pre-workout. So my protein have literally designed a product that is made to be dry scooped. You don't need water. It is completely safe. It tastes good. It leaves a good aftertaste. It just dissolves like sherbet in your mouth. So that's really, really exciting. And as I said, use code James to get a discount on that. So the next thing. I went to Australia for 5 days and I flew home for personal reasons. I was meant to be traveling there for, say, 4 weeks. I didn't book a return ticket home because I was just always planning on being there for 4 weeks, or around that. I was going to do Sydney, and this was going to be with my parents. It's been my parents' absolute dream holiday since before I was born, because they went there for their honeymoon. And then obviously raising me and my brother just didn't really enable us to go ever until we're old enough to you know. We had to wait for my mum to retire. I'm not going to get into too much detail now. I will speak about the whole thing eventually in time once I'm all ready to and whatnot. But pretty much there was a reason why I wasn't able to enjoy my time the best in Australia. And unfortunately, because Australia is so peaceful, so tranquil and so amazing, and I wasn't doing any work and I wasn't keeping distracted, this one thing was just on my mind the whole time, and I needed to come home initially to try and resolve it. I put up an Instagram story saying like, yes, some of you guys have noticed that I've only been in Australia for 5 days and I just flew home, because a lot of people were wondering why. So I basically wanted to actually provide some sort of motivation, inspiration, whatever. If there is something that you need to do, no matter whether you know the outcome or whatever, I needed to come home and try and resolve this personal situation. Otherwise, I would have just been in a little spiral of decline on my way while I was in Australia. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for me. I tried my best, and that is possibly one of the most courageous things I've ever done. The fact that I was able to say that I tried my absolute best, I gave it my all, was somewhat good enough for me. And my message to you right now, if there's anything that you need to do, if there's anything that's been on your mind, whatever, and you've been half-arsing it, just give it your absolute all. If it doesn't work out, at least you can say you gave it your all. It did hit me really, really hard, you know? To get completely transparent with you guys, as I said, I don't want to sound like I'm soppy or nothing, but it did take its toll on me. I have lost like 5 kilos in the past like 5 weeks. So I'm now sat at around 74 kilograms, which obviously I was bulking and I was like 79, which was going well. I mean, my abs have come through, but everything else about me, like my sleep went down the drain, my strength went down the drain, my muscle went down the drain, whatever. Don't recommend it. Don't do it. Don't only eat 1 meal a day, for sure. Definitely don't. I was struggling to get some work done. Everything like that. Like, this thing was constantly on my mind. I plucked up the courage to speak to my friends, my family. Took a while. And the biggest thing that I didn't think I would ever mention on my social medias or on this video at all is that I did reach out to a therapist, and I have started a little bit of the therapy. And it was something I was so against before. I don't know why. I didn't have a specific reason. I was just so against it. I was thinking like, I can work my way out of this one, but it hit a roadblock and I was like, no, I don't think I can. To be honest, it helped. It's helping. So if you're feeling alone about something, you can speak to someone, bro. You can speak to someone, boy or girl, whatever. I promise you it feels so much better afterwards, I promise you. The biggest thing is that you aren't alone. I know sometimes you can feel like you are the only person experiencing this right now. It feels like it. I've been there before. Sometimes you feel like you're the only person whose brain works the way it works. And when you feel alone, you just feel like numb and trapped, and like you don't want to speak to people because you don't think people are going to understand you. And you don't think people are going to get it. You don't think they're going to give you any good advice. But it's not about any of those. They don't need to understand you. They don't need to give you They don't need to get it. They don't need to give you good advice. They don't need to solve the issue. The whole point of speaking to someone isn't necessarily to solve the issue, but speaking to someone itself, even maybe to a camera or something, like maybe just speak to your phone. Just get it out. It's like a burp, bro. It's like holding it in isn't gonna feel nice. Just once it's out, you know, and you're fine. And I'm being honest here, I don't want any sympathy or anything in the comments, I can't lie. Like, I don't want that. I'm not searching for any whatever, you know? The only reason I've said that is to potentially, maybe one person will see this and feel a little bit better about themselves. And maybe even help themselves now that they've seen this, you know? Cool, now that that's out of the way. The gym hasn't been going well because the diet hasn't been going well. And the motivation hasn't been there and the sleep hasn't been there. And it just goes to show that, like, you need all these facets to be working together in order to be able to train well. So if you're trying to train and build muscle or get healthier and feel fitter and whatever, and you're not focusing on absolutely everything that surrounds it, then you're not getting the best results you could. And that's maybe why you're not enjoying the gym. Maybe you feel tired. Well, have you slept enough? Have you drank enough water? Have you eaten enough? Have you given yourself that little burst of energy or a bit of sunlight during the day or anything? You know, personally, I'm starting to get back up there, I think my appetite has come back. Because I'm unfortunately one of those guys where, luckily, it depends what side of the coin you look at it. I don't even know if that's a phrase, I might have just made that up, but like, I don't have cravings. I don't have the biggest appetite in the world, so I can stay lean for a long time. Like, I can stay lean and have a summer body all year round if I wanted to. Obviously, the flip side is that I will struggle to build muscle because I struggle to bulk, I struggle to eat, I struggle to get all my protein in, my carbs, my fats, everything. And on the worst side of it is that if my appetite does go, I will lose weight very quickly, as shown. But I can't lie, I don't think I'm gonna bulk anymore. I don't want to. I didn't really enjoy my body image. I'm very happy with the amount of muscle I have, and I'm being so real here, and this is probably something that you don't hear a lot of, but I am happy with my physique. I don't feel the constant pressures from social media to constantly get bigger, you know, constantly get stronger. I have achieved the goal I set out when I was a scrawny little 15-year-old. Yes, I'm going to continue to go to the gym and get bigger and get stronger and, you know, improve certain things. But right this second, I'm not going to bulk to do it because summer is coming up. I like being lean. Yes, I'm going to do a tiny mini bulk just to get back from 74 to like 78 kilos. But that won't take much time at all because a lot of it is like water, holding glycogen and things like that I just haven't yet replenished. But anywho, I'm waffling now. But I want to circle back to the therapy thing. One thing I forgot to mention is it is so important, and it's so weird that it took me so long to even consider in this. It is so important to invest in yourself, whether that's time, money, whatever, emotionally, whatever. And I preach it every day pretty much. I'm an online fitness coach. That's what I do on the side other than social media. I help people get into the best shape of their life. If you want to apply, it's right there, jamesbeardwell.co.uk, it will be in the description as well. Paying for a fitness coach is all about investing in yourself. So I preach it every day, but I wasn't doing it for myself. I wasn't buying the best quality foods I could do. I was still kind of stuck in my university student mindset of, oh, I don't want to spend too much money on food, blah, blah, blah. And I was scared to invest in speaking to someone, you know, because you think, oh, I'll just speak to the mirror. I'll speak to my friends or whatever, but it's definitely worth it. Of course, investing in yourself is worth it. Honestly, that's all I have to say. I don't want to waffle on too much longer. I really appreciate you if you watched this whole thing and just sat and listened with me because it was really quite nice to speak to the camera as well. I don't want to seem soppy. Fun, happy, energetic videos are gonna be coming from now after this. Oh, another thing is I really want to start a podcast. Because I absolutely love talking to the camera like this, and I would love to include some boys, or some guests, or whatever. I would love to do a podcast with me, Sam, Will, McKenna. That'd be sick. Imagine just sitting in my kitchen, cool view in the background, whatnot, and have a podcast. It's an idea I've been pondering for a while. It just seems like quite a big setup, you know? But let me know what you think about that. Because that would probably be where, one, the funniest stories come out, and two, the deepest stories come out of me. I really appreciate you watching this whole video. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I hope that I said something that might have helped you or made you not feel alone or something like that. And have a good one. okay? Keep being you, keep smiling, you know? Drink some water. It's a big one.